Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I'm your man, Charlie Eblen, and as always, we have our illustrious co-host, Mr. Derry Wells, with us today.
What is up, everybody?
Look, y'all, this is episode 100.
100.
100 episodes we have
I have
done.
shared that with a few people, and trying to get them as excited as I am. Like, most podcasts don't get this far,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "God, I can't." All right, next person.
Yeah.
Like, they don't get it.
So I thought it would be a good idea to have a very special guest this evening on our show, and I don't think he thinks it's a great idea to be a guest on our show, but it is. For those of you wondering who our special guest is,
I mean,
You're about to find out.
I'm a 78-year-old fat boy. Nobody listens to what I say. Not anymore. Anyway.
Man.
for those of you who haven't figured it out yet, this is
No, you're fine. There is no turn.
Oh, good.
You're
this
just
is
fine.
my father, the man, the myth, the legend, Chuck Eblen, the one and only.
That's it.
I'm glad I wore shorts.
There you go.
It's getting deep in here.
Okay, right? Yeah.
Getting deep in here.
I'm just glad it rained, so he doesn't have to feel bad about missing the golf course. So I mean, that's
That's the
is
first
true.
nice
See?
thing he said about me in 25 years.
I can do the math. You still living at home then?
He had to be nice.
Right? See, that's
Yeah. I walk softly and carry a big stick.
that's exactly right. That's exactly
Well, Pop,
right.
we are very happy that you decided to come join us today.
Look, I'm very flattered you care, or you're even or whoever's interested. I'm not going to up your ratings, I can tell you that. But I'm glad to be here with you guys. We have a few
I
laughs.
told him the other day, I said, I think this is probably going to be one of our most watched episodes.
That's it.
Well, who's ever watching this is bored to tears.
Hey, listen, we are international. We've got folks.
All the way to Buckhead or somewhere.
No, wasn't there
Bell Buckle, maybe? You get out that far?
No, we have
Uruguay or something weird over on the other side?
we have people in Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
we
an
have
African
people in,
one.
a couple in South Africa.
Okay. Yeah. We've got a little international flair. So
Yeah, there's Ireland.
Shoot, top shelf.
top shelf.
I think we're in
Don't
20.
get any better than that.
That's right. Exactly.
I think it was 20 something countries.
Yeah. I knew we were like, it was,
Or no, it was 27 states.
that was like
27 states now.
8 or 10 countries. I thought we
and then-
broke double digits. But
Yeah, maybe 10.
still weird
10
though.
countries.
Like it's an awkward, not awkward. It's just, it's a thought of that somebody there's just stumbling. In my mind, they hit play and it was just the next thing that popped up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like and which may have been, but still it played somewhere. So
Probably.
somebody fell asleep studying. Like that.
Well, it's nice to think that anyway.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Whether it is or isn't, doesn't matter.
Sure.
As long as you think it, that's all it counts.
That's
They
it.
had their podcast on auto next. It shuffles.
How do you tune into this thing? I hate to be ignorant about this, but I know nothing about
You
podcasts.
tune in on Saturday mornings on 94.1 The Fan
94.9.
in Nashville.
Yeah,
94.9.
Hey, sorry,
He
94.9.
told me that.
94.9 The Fan. Or you can go to any streaming platform, Spotify, Apple Music. I'm probably missing another one. Or our YouTube channel.
I don't have Wi-Fi, so I can't stream.
Well, you can do it off your phone.
You can. I promise. So
Just
you're
learned
all
how to
set.
turn my computer on, so I'm gaining on it now.
Oh, you making tracks.
Look, this man is the person that was a traveling sales rep for a living when the internet was invented. Okay, so he talks a lot of smack about not knowing how to operate
Right.
technology stuff when he was part of the people that put it all together.
Right.
But I can't remember that far back. And when you get my age, you lose memory.
It's
real
got to go
fast.
hand in hand.
He's got a
Right.
great memory. It
It's
just don't
not
last very long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's heard that before.
He beats you to the quote.
Yeah,
That's
damn
exactly
sure did.
right.
Yeah, I'm slowing down in my old age.
That's all right. It is all right. I'm not old and I'm slowing down. So anyway,
So I thought it would be pretty cool for us to record kind of a live playback of how we got to where we're at today.
Oh, geez, that could cause me nightmares.
Yeah, maybe so. But I thought it would be really cool for us to kind of go back to the late 80s when I moved to Tennessee to live with you, and we can hop, skip, and bounce through because we only have about 55 more minutes of being able to talk.
Well, that
and
was
we
good.
can,
that was a highlight.
we can
You
go
came
down
up there to hang out with me. I like that. I appreciate it.
we can go down memory lane and talk about all kinds of different things, but I just thought it would be fun to kind of explain to the world how not only Single Tree Nation, the podcast, came around, but and why it means so much to us, but what Single Tree was and what it meant to you and what it means to see how we're continuing that and letting it grow.
What I think he's getting at is the old farm.
Sure.
That's where all this came from, this Single Tree stuff. And that was his granddaddy. Mm-hmm. And we had this old farm out there, and he had one tree, and it was way up on a ridge out in Bell Buckle area.
Okay.
You drove into the driveway, it looked nice, everything nice. This one tree stuck up right in front of everything. He wound up calling the place Single Tree Farm.
There you go.
So from that point on, I guess that's where he got Single Tree Barbecue.
Sure.
Took it after his granddaddy.
Now, is that farm still in the family?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
At my age, I can't weed eat, mow, and
I didn't say you had to care for it. I just didn't know if somebody still had a deed to it
Well,
somewhere.
what you also have to understand about Pappi is that he went to school for agronomy, which is the art of watching grass grow.
Well, he's not too far off. That's exactly what I did for you.
Plant pathology.
Well, now
Who wakes up and goes, let's see how I can watch grass grow.
Enough folks that there's a whole degree in it.
A whole degree.
Yeah, and a master's degree in plant pathology.
Yeah.
And that's plant diseases.
Right.
And if you're going to, look, when I graduated from college, I graduated from middle and then in agronomy. And back then it was a bit of a novel thing.
Right.
But it went hand in hand with the golf profession.
Okay.
I wanted to play golf. I was,
Right.
So.
He got a scholarship to play at UT.
Okay.
No, at middle.
At middle, sorry.
And then I transferred up to UT, and they took me on the golf team up there. So I
Okay.
started playing at UT as well. Not very successful, but I played at both, and back in the old days. But when I was at Middle Tennessee, the agronomy degree was perfect because when I got out of college, I wanted to go to a golf course. I could automatically, start out as an assistant pro somewhere, but they don't pay them anything. But now they'll pay me big bucks for a guy that's got a BS degree in agronomy and can take care of the whole golf course.
Okay.
So I took, that was my first job, was Marietta Country Club right out of college. I zoomed out there and went down there and went, oh, boys, here I am. Let's go.
Marietta, Georgia?
Yeah, in
Okay.
Georgia, in Marietta Country Club. In fact, I rebuilt 2 of their holes. And for, hell, how long was I there? 9 years, 8, 9 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and the interim period in there.
My mother was a server in the restaurant.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Hence how I came about.
So
every time I
so
had,
what you're saying is agronomy got us to you.
Yes.
All right.
that's where he came from.
Watching grass grow.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
So you start fooling around with dirt, and
there's
there you go, you got a Charlie.
Here you go.
because there ain't much to do in Marietta. I bet there was even less to do back then.
No,
So
but surprisingly
In the
enough,
70s?
In the 70s, buddy, that was disco dandy down there.
Oh, okay.
That was rock and roll city. I mean,
All
you
right.
guys might not know anything about that, but
Look, I got a picture of him in the late 70s.
yeah,
He's wearing this brown leather jacket. Okay.
there's one button right here.
Oh, yeah. And a lapel that's like 12 feet wide.
I love it.
The best part about all of it is he is the only white man in America that had a true afro.
That is awesome.
Oh, man, I had hair out to here and down my back. And all that kind of
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, and it
like,
was-
I'm hoping I can find that picture and send it to Trent so he can flash it up on the screen right now.
You left out my Mr. T starter set. I used to have several
Oh,
of those.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
The
Lots of
starter
gold-
set.
Lots of bling, baby. Had to have a lot of bling. You know what I'm saying?
Shirt was unbuttoned to the belly button.
That's what I'm saying. There's one button that's holding it all together right here.
Had to have chest hair.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But not white chest hair like I got now. That's,
Let it flow in the wind.
that's
So-
it, man. Anyway, his mom kept serving up such really good lunches. I thought maybe there might be more there.
There you go.
Next thing you know, here we go. We got Charlie.
One thing led to another.
One
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
all because of
I
agronomy.
got very disinterested in grass after that.
You did.
Yeah. Golf course went to hell.
I thought it. Didn't know if it could go there, but I thought it. Like that's.
What do you say?
He got a different kind of grass. I was like, I was like,
This was the 70s.
right. I look. I mean, no harm, no foul. So
Yeah.
that's
Very neat, very trimmed. Like I'm talking about the golf course. What's wrong with you guys? You guys are.
Look,
I thought you was talking about the 7th green. I was fine. So
there's some things that I don't need to hear.
Oh well.
well, there you go. All right, so we're in Marietta
We're in Marietta. We
and
are.
agronomy, man. That's I'll never think of agronomy. I don't care what anybody tells me from now on. I got a story on that.
I know something a little
Doesn't
bit about
involve me,
watching.
but that's awesome.
Watching
wound
grass grow into a Charlie.
And then I started playing a little golf. You know, naturally, if you're working on a golf course, and then I got more interested in playing than I was trying to grow grass.
Trying to work right.
Yeah, do all that. So, in fact, I won the Georgia Assistant Championship down there one year.
Wow.
So, started playing pretty sporty.
Okay.
And the next thing I knew, I had my favorite gynecologist buddy. Not to mention any relationship there, but anyway, he was wanted to put up a little money and let me go play on the mini tours. And there was a golfer back years ago named J.C. Goosey that had a tour down in Orlando. So I left Marietta Country Club and went down there and played golf for a while and found out I was a whole lot better selling the equipment than I was with playing.
Sure. There you go.
So I wound up as a factory rep for a golf company, Tommy Armour, Teardrop and Ram for 15, 20 years.
Man, that is, I like the way he just condensed it all down to about 4 sentences. Here, done.
Yeah.
All right. So how'd you get to Murfreesboro, though?
With a car.
You asked a question.
I did. What caused your return to Murfreesboro after departing?
Sorry, I misunderstood. I'm a little slow.
You're fine. You be as slow as you need to.
I'm old. I got an excuse now.
Yeah.
See, at your age, you can't use that.
I didn't try. I'm here. I just
I asked you if you were ready.
Shoot, I started playing a little bit, and then I was all in down there, and then I thought, wow, I'm winning a little, and it was just so much insecurity and all that kind of stuff. You win. I was like a flush, had all the money I could spend, and then I'm broke. And it was like being a yo-yo. If you're hot, you have a good round, couple of good rounds, you got a great check at the end of the week.
right.
You got $3, $4, $5 you can go do what you want to.
Right.
And back then, I didn't relish money as much as I do now.
Right.
Back then, it was one of those things. I mean, a lot of times in the bar, and athletes are playing golf today.
Sure.
These guys are in good shape.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're working out and they're going out and hitting the gym at 4 a.m.
I did a lot of curls this way.
I got you. Right. Right.
The local bar
Right.
is where I till 2 or 3 in the morning, and that will really mess up your second round. But
Not supposed to do it between rounds.
I'm a quick learner. It only took me 2 years to figure that out.
Okay. Well, yeah. You smart.
Yeah.
So-
I'm on top of things. So anyway, I kind of gave that idea up, and then I moved back up into Atlanta and hooked up a little Korean guy who had all the money and knew nothing about golf. He liked to play. And I said, okay, give me a bunch of money and we'll open up a big 12,000 square foot store. And we did. Opened up a great big store there in Atlanta, and that started the dawn. It was Eblen Watts you may have heard of Eblen Watts years ago. It's still around, I think.
Okay.
And then there was Nevada Bob's and all those big box stores. Now you got Dick's,
Okay. Right.
that kind of thing. So we were one of the beginning guys, 12,000 square foot store. So I loved it. I mean, I pedaled a lot of golf clubs. And one day I was, just doing my thing. And
What was the name of that shop? I can't remember.
Golf Warehouse Sales.
That's right. Yeah.
And
in Duluth, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And out in Duluth, yeah, exactly. And one day I'm in there hustling up a set of clubs and stuff, and some members of River Bend Country Club in Shelbyville.
Oh, okay.
They came rolling in, and next thing we know, we're shooting shit. Everybody's happy and having an old home weekend thing. They didn't have a pro over there at River Bend. They said, would I be interested in coming up there? And I said, yeah, but I don't think you can afford me. And I wasn't being arrogant about it because I was making pretty good money there.
Right.
In a small country club, you're not going to make a whole lot of money.
Right.
And I didn't really know if that's what I wanted to do, but they convinced me. So I came up and I stayed there for a while, and I did a little too well. I was making pretty good money and driving a Porsche, and by that time his mother and I had kind of split up a little bit, and I'm a single guy doing my thing.
Right.
And they get some that rubs conservative members the wrong way.
Sure.
My lifestyle, to say the least, was not, it was very active.
Didn't pass the muster at the front door, did it?
No, not it. It wasn't like it should have been for, a guy at my age
Right.
at that time or something. I thought it was good, but I seemed to though I was the only one that liked it.
That's exactly right.
So anyway, the board of members and they came to me and started laying down some ground rules. I was making pretty good money out of the shop because I had a connection in Atlanta and was buying a lot of equipment, tons of stuff below wholesale.
Okay.
And most average golf pros can't afford to spend that kind of money because the shops aren't much bigger than this room.
Okay.
So you had to go 12,000 square feet shops to get those big deals from Spalding and Titleist and buying golf balls for, much less than you would normal wholesale.
Right.
Well, I was buying golf balls out of my store down there in Atlanta, and they were sending them to me, and it was equipment and stuff. And I made the mistake of running my business stuff through the club. I should have done it separately.
Kept it separate, yeah.
And you got lawyers coming in the club, and some of the guys in there making less money than I was.
Right.
And I'm in there drinking coffee and putting around on the putting green and living the life of Riley, they thought.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of work doing both things.
Sure.
Being the superintendent of the golf course, but that ain't the way you see it. They just see me certain times of the day. Anyway, we came to impasse, and I decided I got an offer from Tommy Armour, and back then it was Tommy Armour, Teardrop, and Ram. They made me an offer I couldn't refuse. So I thought, well, I just better go into the sales rep business. So I did. I had a pretty good territory and did it for 15, 20 years.
Man.
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah.
And we'll come back to continue about my father's active lifestyle.
Or inactive lifestyle.
Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I'm your man, Charlie Eblen. We have our illustrious co-host, Mr. Derry Wells.
It is not lost on me that this is our 100th episode. That was by far the fastest 15 minutes we've ever done. Like, I'm talking about that was lightning fast.
Yeah, that was quick.
Like,
That
for
was
what
quick.
it's worth, and that was fast.
You have a pretty impressive storyteller sitting next to you.
Right.
If you hadn't figured that
Right.
out yet. So he.
I didn't know if that's a good or bad thing.
No, it's a fantastic thing. It leads into a guest we have coming up who, without spilling the beans, has actually won awards for his storytelling capabilities. So we've got to get a little trend going right here. So
Yeah.
anyhow,
It's gonna be a good day.
it's gonna be a good day.
100th episode. 100th. It's kind of crazy that we've made it this far when most podcasts don't make it past 3, and we're on 100.
That's pretty sporty, boys.
Yeah, it's real sporty.
Yeah. I can't. I got to wave a flag there. Touchdown.
Lot of Wednesday nights. So
Yes.
I don't know if we've ever actually said that we record on Wednesday when we post on other days, but like when you go back and look at the calendar, like I'll run across notes from previous shows, and it's either a show I've forgotten about or maybe I was like, oh man, that's a really good episode, and I critique the heck out of myself, or you send me a clip, hey, you need to do better here, and I'm like, oh yeah, thanks, appreciate it. So, which is in the game of learning. I guarantee if I went back and listened to episode 2 versus this, hopefully we're a long way from where we were.
Smidge better, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we growing up, we spent a lot of time at my grandfather's house.
Okay.
Great place.
And beautiful farm. It was pretty fun to be able to go out there. So I thought it would be cool if we could tell some stories about being out there. If you went back and thought, obviously there's a lot of memories,
Yeah.
but what is one of your top, and it doesn't have to be the number one, but what is one of your top memories of the two of us being out there?
Oh man, there's so many. They're all good. I mean,
Yeah, I just pick one that comes to mind. Like what's a funny one that you can pull off the top of your head?
Put him on the spot.
Yeah.
yeah, you know, that takes some time to think about. I mean, when you're hanging out like that and time goes by, we did, you know, fishing stuff, going back to the pond. We used to have fun doing that. Deer hunting. One time we had, I'll tell you what was funny is one time, now you made it, not necessarily so much with your grandfather, but when we had a ex-brother-in-law of mine, brought his two sons out there, and we had a perfect place to deer hunt.
Okay.
Are you talking about World War III?
Yeah. he knew exactly where I was going with that. I got an ex-brother-in-law, just hell of a guy. I
Yeah.
just love him to death. Guy. He is Philip Farah. He's a peach, and I
Okay.
used to call him Peach.
Okay.
That's his nickname because he never had any whiskers.
Okay.
Still don't.
He still doesn't. Hell,
He's 70 years old and still can't grow a
he's
beard.
75 years old, and he still can't grow a beard. Anyway, he's a hell of a guy.
And me, you were 2 weeks in.
Yeah, you look like Grizzly Adams.
Right.
Anyway, he's just an all-American guy, and I love his kids. His kids are tremendous. They've always meant a lot to me. And Charlie and I, we've always wanted them to come out. We used to go deer hunting and stuff. And so we decided we'd go deer hunting one morning real bright and early. They showed up, and Charlie's all geared up. I'm geared up, and we start walking back to get to our deer stands. And we're walking along. All of a sudden, we come up. We've got a pond in the back there, a big pond, and we're lined
To
up.
give you some reference, from the house to the barn is probably 50 yards.
Okay.
Okay. From the barn to this pond is probably 400 yards
Okay.
at least.
Okay.
Maybe longer. If you're on the back side of that pond, it's 500 yards from the barn.
Okay.
Okay. Now there's a tree line that goes straight up from the house all the way to where this pond is, and the pond is off to the right-hand side, and then it goes up to a ridge.
Okay.
Okay. We are walking along that tree line, on the right-hand side of that tree line, walking towards this pond, and we might be 50 to 100 yards into
Your trek.
the trek up to where we're going to go hunting.
Oh, my turn?
Yeah, you're back on.
Just adding some context.
Setting the ground rules.
That's
the
right.
groundwork. So we're walking in the road, and we're talking loud, and, you know, BSing back and forth, just glad to see each other. You know,
Sure.
all that kind of stuff. All of a sudden, this a little old sprout or two-pointer thing comes out of the woods over there, just walks out and walks right up in front of us, just stands there and stares at us. Well, one of the Tyler, one of the other boys, I said, well, okay, take a shot. So he gets his gun, bang, nothing. Okay, then Peach unloads his gun, bang, 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 bang. And that cued Charlie. Charlie's bang, 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 bang. I unloaded mine, bang, 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 bang. And the deer just standing there looking at us. And
So
then,
let me give you some clarity real quick, because he's leaving out a couple of things. Number one, it was like a 7-point deer. Okay. That his
I'm trying to
body
be
was
modest.
his body was way bigger than a 7-point deer.
Right.
Number two, he's in the tree line behind the pond.
Okay.
still a
So
piece of
this
cake.
is like a 350-yard shot.
For him, maybe.
He's the only one with a rifle that will go that far without dropping, and the only one that doesn't have iron sights.
The rest of y'all are shooting iron sights.
The
with
rest
like
of us,
30,
I have
30.
a 30-30 with iron sights. My uncle, Peaches, has a 223. So does his son. We're all shooting pea shooters. Pappy is over here with a 300 Win mag.
Yes, he is.
There was a difference in the tone of the rifle.
I bet there was.
And
Semi-automatic.
I think that's what scared him, and the deer just fell over. I mean, we unloaded, and
Look,
not only did we unload,
everyone with us, okay? There's 4 of us.
emptied our rifles
We emptied our rifles,
and reloaded.
reloaded, emptied our rifles, reloaded, and emptied our rifles.
No, it wasn't that many times. He's exaggerating.
I don't know.
It wasn't over 5 times, I know.
Look, I know at one point in time that me and Thurston were reloading our rifles, and my dad and Peaches were still shooting. And I look up at one point in time and I see the deer jump straight up in the air and spin.
I think I shot him in the foot.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
When we actually get to the deer,
He's got 17 holes in it. He bled out in place.
Well, no, he really
no, he did bolt.
Okay.
He jumped up in the air and spun because one of us,
Nobody
we
knows
don't know who, but Pappy says it was him,
Okay.
shot him in the butt.
Oh, jeez.
But not a direct hit in the butt. A grazing shot.
Yeah, it just messed his fur up.
It just burned his fur
Pissed
off
him
his
off,
butt.
really. That's all. He was going, these guys are buffoons, man.
So
I've
he
got this
jumped
made.
up in the air.
Why would I need to run?
That's right.
I'm going to butt one of them and take the gun from him.
He gonna shoot back before it's
Yeah,
all over with.
yeah, absolutely.
So at this point in time, we're probably 200 yards away from the deer because we're all walking or running towards this
Trying
deer
to-
as we're shooting.
Oh man.
And
My
he got
cheeks
him
are hurting from smiling and laughing so hard.
after
like
he jumped up and spun. He bolted into the other field, and when he bolted into the other field, we believe it was Pappy's gun that delivered the final blow.
Okay.
I know it was.
But it could have been.
He's the only one could have seen it. We all down
Yeah,
it for.
he's busy trying to load his damn rifle and looking at his feet.
This just puts into perspective my deer hunting story with Jonah last year.
Yes.
Me and my son, 2 deer, 2 shots. Like that was it. I mean, like,
yeah?
And one of them was, so we were hunting with technology. We had cell phones, and I'm already cleaning my deer, and I'm in a tree line on the far right hand of the field. And where he told me he was heading, there's a small grove right in the middle of the field, and we knew that they had been working out of there. So I thought he went into the east side of the grove. I'm thinking he's got a direct eye line on me, and there's this 4 or 5 point whatever walking at me. And I thought, can't be more than 40 yards in front of him. And I'm texting him, take the shot. Like, I mean, what are you waiting on? He's right in front of you. And he texts me back, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, like, what are you waiting on? I hear a boom, deer pops up, he bolts, I see right where he goes into the tree line, and I see Jonah stand up. He's on the far back tree line, nowhere near where I thought he was. Every bit of a 275, 300-yard shot.
And he dropped it.
And well, he took off, yeah, and we get in there, and we... I've got a picture somewhere on my phone. The property line is about where Charlie's foot is sticking up, and that deer fell over right there. And just right before he was about to go over there.
Little stroke of luck.
Yeah, and so we had to haul him all the way out. That's when I realized how out of shape I was when you carry a deer out of the woods for about 3/4 mile. So,
Been down
but
that road.
yeah, it was 2 shots, 2 deer. It was nice. So
Shoot, that's
that
great.
makes me really. Y'all have World War III out there with.
I went back a couple of days or a couple of weeks after that, and there were 6 trees fell over.
I just mowed them down.
Cut all the bark off of them.
Yeah. Gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them was a 3-year-old hickory.
That's of course it was.
Yeah. So, since we're talking about deer hunting, my father started taking me deer hunting at a pretty young age.
All right.
think I was probably 9, 10 years old, first time I ever went. and for the first probably a year or two, I wasn't allowed to have a rifle. I was too young.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he just shot me.
Well, apparently you would have missed anyway. So it's just fine.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I don't know what I was worried about.
So we are into the age, I think I was 12 the first time he let me take a rifle and go hunting.
Okay.
And I had been begging him to go and he traveled for a living, so he was always out of town during the week. And so now I understand what that means on a weekend to be able to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go hunting, right? So, back then it was, come on, Dad, let's go.
Right.
What's wrong with you? Get up.
You were sacrificing cartoons Saturday morning.
Right.
He was a little bit more.
He was sacrificing sanity. So we get up one morning and it's probably 4 a.m. and it's in the winter and it's cold.
Yeah.
He's making sure I got my socks and all my stuff on. I'm not going to freeze to death out there. And we stop at the gas station and we always stopped, and he either got a Coca-Cola and put peanuts in it, or
Breakfast of champions.
Or we'd get a Coca-Cola and a payday.
That's got Georgia written all over it.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
Rubs off on you when you live down there for a long time.
I bet.
So we hop in the car or the van back then, and we roll out to Papa George's house, and it's still dark, and we're walking down the tree line. He wants to go down below the pond and sit in this little creek bed. It's a dried up creek bed. Okay, all right, cool. We can see both sides of the field, everything. Sounds like a good idea to me. I'm 12. What do I know anyway?
It's a good vantage point. You don't have to be up in the tree stand.
Tree stand, right.
And fall out and bust your
That's
ass.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Especially with a rookie like him.
So, I'm 12 years old. I got a 22 long rifle, semi-automatic rifle that is old is an understatement. Okay, it was old then. I don't even want to know.
Broken in.
It was well used.
It's an old Colt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we get out there. He wouldn't let me put one in the chamber until we get to where we sat, right? So that's fine. Get it. We get there. We sit down. I don't put one in the chamber because Daddy didn't say I could do it. So I'm sitting there like this, making sure that gun is just right here.
Straight up in the air.
Oh, yeah. It's not going anywhere. We're sitting there, and we hadn't been sitting there for 10 minutes. He's asleep. Leaned up against a tree, rifle like this, mouth open, just enjoying life.
Love better.
That's right.
Watching
Loving,
the sun come up.
Yeah,
That's it.
loving every second of it.
Yeah.
So I mind my own business because that's what a good boy does. And I'm watching the field. I'm waiting for the deer to come out. Nothing. I wait. Nothing. About the time I'm going to tap him on his leg and tell him, hey, maybe we should move to another spot. All of a sudden I hear.
Now I know what you're going with.
Okay. What is this?
You can hear it
All right.
tapping in the wood.
Right.
You can't hear deer.
Right.
So
Okay.
He'll tell you
what is that? A couple more seconds go by and it's just nothing. All right. And it stops. Nothing. What felt like 3-4 minutes.
You can hear a pin drop.
And then all of a sudden, and it stops directly from me to you. I mean, 10 feet from me. And it's a coyote.
Oh,
That looks like it's the size of a German Shepherd.
I bet he did in front of you.
They and I don't mean to interrupt your story but they bred with dogs
Oh, okay.
out there in the Bell Buckle area for a long time. The coyotes, oh shoot, They look like miniature German Shepherds.
Oh gosh.
They're big.
They're huge.
They're big dogs.
Yeah.
They're big dogs, and when they do this and smile at you,
Yeah.
So
it'll tighten you up.
Yeah.
keep in mind, I am 12. Also keep in mind,
That you have an
don't
unloaded
have-
firearm.
I don't have a bullet in the chamber.
Yeah.
Also keep in mind that this is a 1942 Colt long rifle. It's not exactly easy to get around in a chamber.
That's hysterical.
So as this beautiful animal is sitting in front of me, smiling at me,
Oh yeah, it's ground.
so happy to see me, I am
Which is
sitting there
unusual. They're not normally
holding,
aggressive.
No, they're not.
holding my rifle.
He hollering at me and he couldn't talk.
I couldn't speak. I'm trying my hardest to say daddy. And as I'm trying
Bless
to
his
say
heart.
daddy,
Just reach over and tap the man, like let him
I'm
know.
trying to, but I'm also trying to get around in the chamber because this thing wants to eat me.
Oh yeah.
So here's what I've learned. If I'm ever with the two of y'all together and there's wildlife involved, I'm the protector. That's
Things have changed a lot since I was 12.
That's,
Or don't let me go to sleep.
okay, yeah, right.
I'm a sound sleeper.
Okay, well done.
So I finally guess I get his attention from going, and he looks up, looks at me, looks in the field, and goes, "Well, shoot him, dummy."
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
But they, to cap that off, they surrounded us.
oh, more than
Not
one.
that time. That time they didn't surround us. That time he jumped up and started charging at this dog that wanted to eat me, and it ran off. A month or so later, probably not even that long
When we
ago.
went up and you were on one side of the tree and me on the other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's-
might have. Well,
that's
that, no,
what I
that
thought
was
you was
longer than
talking
that. That might have been a year or two later.
That's what I thought you was talking about.
Yeah, I was older then because at that point in time I had the 30-30.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the thing. We had them, and we heard them going by, and then I shot and wounded one of them. Mm-hmm. He chirped and went flying into the woods. And
We
then-
went up on the hillside and it was a few years after that, and he sat on the back side of a tree and I sat on the front side of a tree, and same thing. We started hearing through the brush.
But they-
Is that a simple way that they move? I don't recall having ever heard a coyote move through the
they
woods.
It's just the stuff
It's
moving.
the leaves.
Okay.
It's
Like
the
they don't
leaves.
they're not trying
They're
to be,
not
they don't
cautious
try
about
to
how
be
they're stepping,
cautious and
okay.
quiet. They just roll.
Okay.
And but that time there was it 4 of them or 5 of them?
At least 5.
They surrounded the whole tree.
They came. I mean,
And he
that's-
saw him first. He shot, and that one took
and he
off
kinda
running.
flipped and yelled like I got him. I don't think I killed him, but he ran up. I know I got blood because he went up the hill. And at that time, they came out of the woodwork at us.
Oh yeah,
And
They've
I
been
had,
waiting on y'all.
I had a pistol. And bang, 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 bang. I'm unloading on them, and they're jumping all over the place and took off.
Yeah.
But buddy, that'd make you heart throb.
Oh, I bet.
Because they were.
I absolutely
They
bet.
were pissed off, to put it mildly.
yeah.
I mean, they were not.
Look,
People don't realize how much, like, there's a reason that the canine type is near the top of the food chain in the wild. I mean, because they work well in packs. They know how to operate. They are aggressive. I mean, like, they know what they're doing. And
Oh, those boys weren't there to drink tea.
they weren't making friends, were they?
And we could, when I built a house out there, and we at night you could go to sleep, and it sounded like a range war. I mean, just the damnedest dog fights you've ever heard in your life.
Wow.
I mean, and it would just be bunches of them going at it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. It's intimidating, and especially when it's cold, stone dark.
Right.
And all you see is those, yellow eyes looking at you. Oh shit! It'll
Yeah.
make the hair on the back of your neck curl.
It's a
bit.
different, yeah. I used to have some neighbors. We lived close to in town, and I knew there were coyotes there, and I never thought much of it because I was just aware of them. I'd watch them, where they're out doing their thing.
Yeah, they're
and-
normally armed.
Right. But we had this lady move in down the street, and she had a little poodle that was about that big, and it was white. And I kept telling her, I was like, your dog's going to disappear one night. Like, you
Yeah.
got to quit leaving this thing out at night.
100%.
They won't come in our yard. And I'm like, you keep saying this. I don't think you understand.
Yes,
And
they
they
will.
wound up moving, thankfully, and kept the dog. But I was like, lady, you're playing with fire here. Like, nature will kick in. Like, you can't.
Well,
So-
the funny thing about coyotes to show you how smart they are, they'll have a female coyote get in heat, and then they'll send the female in, and the male dog will sense the coyote and heat and follow the female out. And then the pack,
and then the pack comes in.
Kills the dog.
Wow.
So it's pretty intense. I mean, and I've always thought, they're harmless. They don't do anything much except maybe, you got to worry if you got sheep and you've got cattle and stuff. You got to keep them cleaned up.
Right. And 9 times out of 10, that's right.
That's exactly
But
all it is.
nature will take over.
You back them in a corner. And you get one of them hurt
That's
and you're
it.
around it. You
That's
got
it.
trouble.
Yeah.
There's something else. That's just one of the. Life was like that out there. It's kind of fun out in the country.
Oh, it is. It is.
I remember I was in when he moved out there after Papa George had passed. He did a lot of cleaning up.
You better believe that. I break out in hives just thinking about it now.
But he told me that he was out drinking his coffee one morning. And
oh, geez.
You've heard me talk about this fireplace on the back porch where we sat all the time. Well, we always kept a big pile of wood right there.
See, and that's a terrible. You want me to tell that story? I'll tell it.
Yeah.
You've struck a nerve there. This is absolutely the damnedest thing that's ever happened to me. The good Lord is looking over my ass. I'm telling you. Because it's just, I don't know how this happened. Anyway, I had an old dog, giant schnauzer, we were talking about it a while ago. Goofiest dog you ever saw. Funny thing, and I had a squirrel out there, big as this dog down near. It was that long. Big old red fox squirrel, with a ring around it. Yeah. Got the dog attention. Anyway, we were, the old dog I had hated that squirrel with a passion. Oh, God, he'd just go into hives. He'd foam up at the mouth every time he saw that squirrel, and he'd be inside the house. So I'd have to let him out, and he'd bolt out, and this morning, it was about 6 in the morning, he bolted out of that damn door and chased that damn squirrel, and I was laughing my ass off. I'm in my underwear. I'd just gotten up, and I'm drinking a cup of coffee. I'm having a nice, quiet morning in the country,
right?
And my dog is ruining my morning.
That's exactly.
So I go out there, and this big old red fox squirrel had run up this big old hackberry tree.
Okay.
That damn thing is that big around. He'd run up on the bark, turn upside down, and back at the dog.
Right.
Oh, driving him crazy. And the dog was trying to climb the tree. He's trying to get his back feet to hook into the bark and climb the tree to get that squirrel. And I'm standing there laughing my ass off. Well, you walk out on my back porch and you go under an awning. And like Charlie said, I'll never do this again. And don't ever put your wood in close to your house.
Okay.
And all the firewood was stacked in a big round metal rack that I had underneath the awning to stay dry. Well, I'm standing there drinking my coffee and got my hand up on the metal railing there next to the wood pile, and I kept hearing this zzz, 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 like a damn bumblebee, boar or bee, going into a tree or something like that. I go, what the heck is a bumblebee doing? What is it tearing up my damn thing here? Something like, here, this is zzz thing going on. Anyway, I got the dog, finally lost the squirrel, lost my attention. You know how you can pick up things, movement, in your peripheral vision? I'm laying, I'm like this. I look out of the corner of my eye. There's a rattlesnake coiled up on top of this wood pile and is beaming on my hand. I mean, he's got his tongue, and he's that far from my hand.
So you're in striking distance.
Oh,
striking distance.
He's a foot away.
He could have got me on my right side, and it was my left side closest to him.
Oh, man.
My hand wasn't a foot and a half, 2 feet from his mouth, and he's up like this, going back and forth.
That makes me tense just thinking about what that would...
It gets worse. Just a second. I'll tell you. Anyway, so I got the coffee, and when I finally got it out of the peripheral, saw what it was, it scared me so damn bad, I threw the coffee cup straight up in the air, hit the top of the thing up there and crashed down. Well, there was a picnic table behind there. So I turned around, panicked, ran right into the picnic table, hit myself in the balls, knocked myself on the ground. I'm rolling on the ground like that, holding myself. Excuse my French, but my privates, let's say.
Yeah, I got you.
It rearranged them.
Right,
okay,
right.
In a harsh manner. And so I'm going, good gobbly wobblies. And I'm crawling myself, trying to get myself back up. I go, and that damn snake is coming off the wood pile.
No way.
Yes, and so I'm going, oh my God, Lord, give me strength to get up. So I got up and ran in the house and got a pistol. By that time, the snake, listen to this. This wood pile is probably what, Charlie? It was at least
4 foot tall.
Shoulder high, anyway. The snake's head was on the ground. His tail was still coming off the top of the wood pile. He was that big around.
Oh.
Well, he killed me in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he would.
Oh, man, he'd eat me for lunch.
Oh, man.
I mean, it was the worst I've ever seen. And anyway, I'd gotten a pistol, and I came back out, and I said, boys, this is it. And I nailed his ass. But I could hardly lift that snake on the end of a shovel.
Oh, gosh. I've
He's
never.
a real pretty set of boots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Pretty said what?
Boots.
Oh, well, I wish. That's the closest I've ever come to getting hammered.
I've never heard that sound in the wild, and I almost say I don't want to.
No,
You'll never forget it.
Because everybody who does, like you said, everybody that you hear it right now, you know exactly
I
that
know
morning,
exactly
you're
what
right
it
there
sounds.
again.
Yeah.
And everybody I've ever talked to says that. Like they know that sound right then.
Yeah, it's not
So-
like you hear on Wild Kingdom, those Texas rattlesnakes and shit like that. No, it's nothing like that. It's a buzz. It's a bumblebee buzz.
Yeah, yeah.
And buddy, and when you look one right in the eye and he's looking back at you, throwing his tongue up out at you, it'll tighten you up.
See, my first thought would have been, there's not bumblebees at 6 a.m. I'm wandering around what happened. That's
Well, I'm just looking.
You would know.
yeah, you would know real quick.
You got a mac and beans for us today?
Man, this was your show. I thought
was
you was
just
going to come
asking.
locked and loaded. I did not bring it back of beans.
All right, I got
So
one.
I figured, I knew.
So mac and beans is our this and that segment.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pick this or that. So when you come to my restaurant and eat, would you get the mac and cheese or the beans?
Is he talking to me?
Yeah, you. Yeah, they know my answer.
Oh.
Yeah, we've already
You just
answered
asked
this
Which
question.
one of those I would like?
Yes, sir.
I like them both.
That's an answer.
Which one would I like the best?
Yes.
Sure.
Beans.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So
Well, I had to give it some serious thought.
Oh, I'm not. I just never knew we were going to stump somebody with that question.
I wasn't really stumped. I was giving it a serious thought. I wasn't
You
giving
know
it a
now.
serious answer.
yeah.
So
not just
along with the-
flippantly throwing it out there, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
along with that same line of thinking, would you rather have a nice, good glass of scotch or the perfectly made martini?
Now that's hard to choose.
I've never had either, so.
Well, it depends on what kind of if it's Glenmorangie 18-year-old.
Yep. Glenmorangie 18 or above, or literally the perfectly made martini.
Glenmorangie 18-year-old, because I can make a perfect martini, but I can't brew. I can't do anything with it. I can't get that 18-year-old scotch.
There's wisdom in that.
Derry?
I've never had scotch or martini, so I don't have now.
What an empty life!
What?
What's wrong with you?
Put me on the spot. I disappointed him when I've never had a margarita either. So
You don't know what you're missing, my man.
But in fairness, I've had some extremely good and like very well sought after bourbons that I have truly enjoyed.
Oh, you're a bourbon guy.
So yes, only because I assume so. I've never had scotch. I don't have anything to compare it to. Given that scotch is a whiskey versus a martini, I would lean towards the scotch just for what it is. So.
Well, I like Basil Hayden now. I'm a good bourbon guy too. I
Hey,
love Basil Hayden.
man, that's an easy sip and drink right now.
I,
And it's easy on the pocketbook.
And
I
it's-
almost
and it's easy
brought
on
us
you.
some scotch tonight for the
Yeah?
episode because I knew what his answer would be.
Okay.
But
I had the opportunity
failed.
one day
I'm glad you didn't. I got to drive home.
about a year ago. I got to enjoy an Old Forester 2018 birthday bottle, and I was just joking around. Somebody's like, "Yeah, let's have that," and I was like, "Cool, let's do it." And I took my little Glencairn and had it. And I, did all the right. And I was like, "Man, this it just smelled like smooth caramel." And I was like,
yeah.
"Okay, cool." And I took the sip and I was like, "This may be the best bourbon I've ever had." Like, I'm not saying there's not better out there. I'm just saying, for me, where I was, I Googled where it was at or looked it up. That's a $1,200 bottle of bourbon. And the guy that we were with just happened to be like, yeah, I got 2 or 3 of those. And I was like, oh, I'm in a different stratosphere here. So anyhow, that's the only thing I have to compare it to when you start talking about something like an 18-year-old Scotch. And so I don't have anything to.
Well, so much of it's subjective. It's your taste buds.
It is, 100%.
You know, what blows your skirt up might not do me the same way.
I'm not a huge Scotch drinker.
Okay.
No, that's true. He's not.
I don't like a lot of Scotch.
Okay.
I just don't. It's too.
It's not as sweet as bourbon.
It's too.
Sure.
It's
Okay.
too peaty.
Okay.
Right.
Well, some of them.
Now, the Glenmorangie 18 that he's talking about, and then Glenlivet has a 21. Both of those. Ooh, buddy.
No, yeah, there's no peat to it much.
It is. I mean, just
Smooth.
Oh, I like the way he said it.
that's the best description.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's
I love it. It's
Right
right
there.
there.
Yeah.
That's it.
It goes perfectly with an Arto Fuente cigar.
Oh, jeez. No,
Classic.
That's
look. The only way to make those two things better is put them together and have a fire.
that's it.
Yeah, the fire's good.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
all you need, and you will have the perfect evening.
I don't want, from the number of stories that you've shared, what you've shared tonight, I know what my mental image of what y'all's back porch at the farm was like. And I don't even need anybody to ever disturb that for me because, it's a perfect setting. And I don't want y'all to ever come correct it. And if I could draw it up, I know what I've got.
The highlight of my life is that he could enjoy that and be raised around that.
Yeah.
I mean, this fireplace we had out back was built, the house was 200 years old.
Okay.
It was I think it was an old Confederate hospital
Civil
or
War
something
house,
at one time years ago.
Okay.
And the chimney out back was where they cooked. It had the thing that
Yeah,
swung out, and put your pot on it.
Yeah.
And the fireplace itself was as tall as that green thing there, and that big. That opening was that big. You could burn railroad ties.
Right.
And you'd sit out there, and we used to sit out there all the time at
Yeah,
night.
it was easily
Yeah.
the opening to the
Right.
fireplace.
Right.
Listen to the hoot owls and listen to the farm. I mean, all the animals and
The critters. Yeah.
the critters.
Look, when I was a young kid, we'd sit out by that fire, and him and my grandfather would tell stories.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about being scared?
You get over the years, you get into situations you don't know how you get there. You
Right.
end up getting there, and just
Right.
glad you got out.
Yeah.
That snake thing to me has left a scar on me.
It touched you.
You can mention the word snake, and I'll draw up a little bit now. I hate those damn things. Oh man.
Like when you were doing, what were you doing underneath the house in the crawl space?
Oh God, that's even worse. The house was old, and before when my dad had died, or Papa George had passed away, and the house was vacant for a while because I was living here in Murfreesboro.
Okay.
So I went out and walked out one day, and shit, the whole yard was full of water. Oh, what the hell could that be? It hadn't rained in a week. So I went out, and I kept hearing this. Went around the back of the house. The house was so old, it had those old copper pipings.
Oh no.
And it had frozen. It had been cold and had frozen. It was like I guess it was like March, maybe we'd had a cold snap.
Right.
And so I had to, there was no crawl space under the house. It's one of those things, just had a open area that was about like that.
Right.
So I had to crawl in under there on my back, and the floor is right here. I mean, there's no moving. You have to go like this.
Right. You shimmying on your back.
Shimmying on your back. To
18 inches, maybe.
Right.
To get in under there. And then I'm taking a soldering iron and trying to solder this pipe back together and finally get it back together, get it all done. And it's cold and chilly and all that. And I reached back there and I felt like an old scaly inner tube or something.
No,
I was going, what the hell could that possibly be? And I'm feeling of it. And then it dawned on me, the damn thing moved in my hands. And you talk about getting out of it. I had a ball cap on. And hell,
That ball cap's still there.
it's embedded in the floor.
That's fantastic.
I mean, you talk about going out on your elbows.
Yeah.
I mean, I came out of there. I came out from under there. It's a good thing I started to go up right through the floor. But I came out from underneath that thing, and then I went back after I got out. It took me 10 minutes to calm down. And then I got a shovel, reached in there and pulled it out. There was a chicken snake. It was 6.5, almost 7 feet long.
Gosh.
and we're just laying under there warming up.
And probably felt your warmth, and you were just enough to draw its attention.
Well, thank God it wasn't a rattlesnake or something like that, but it's just a big old chicken snake.
Look, when you're face to face with Georgia, you already done. It doesn't matter what it was. So
I guarantee you, I'll tell you, it was that was tense. Yeah, that was
gosh.
Yeah.
You got any favorite stories of my childhood that you want to bring up?
Oh, it's just there's too many. We used to go fishing a lot. I mean, I can't nothing in particular. They were all good.
Any good embarrassing stories?
I won't do that to you this time.
It's all right.
I have those, but I won't. I'll save them. I'll keep that in the vault of treasured music.
What's the
vault
one?
Of treasured music.
Correct. I don't know the whole story. You came home late and the dog greeted you at the door. Was that right? Or you had steak or something and brought it home, and you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
I want to hear his perspective on this story.
I know what you're talking about.
Gave the dog the deer.
Yeah, you remember when you gave the dog the deer and you told me to go outside and check on him?
And see, that giggles what I needed, because that's why I wanted his perspective on this story.
Let's get this cleared up real
I
quick.
didn't think about it, but after it happened, I went, that wasn't real smart. That was one of my worst moves. I could have got the boy hurt.
We had 3 dogs growing up.
All right.
Okay. The first one was a Great Dane named Alfie, who I rode like a horse.
Sure.
Huge dog.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just a mammoth of an animal.
Yeah, good dog.
The next one was Chester.
Most ill-tempered son of a bitch you ever saw in your life. That's the only way I can describe that dog.
Ill-tempered.
Yes,
Chester was the sweetest thing you had ever seen until he wasn't.
And he'd turn on a dime.
Oh, man.
And you didn't know when it was going to happen.
Right.
Yeah, he could be just wagging
The
his
wind
tail
blew just right. And
yeah, and then the next minute you touch him, you're in trouble.
Oh, he bit the UPS man's nose off.
He did bite the UPS man's nose. He bit me.
Yeah.
And I was trying to keep. He bit me thinking he was going to bite another guy.
That was towards the end of his years. He was
older then, but
and he was in a confined space. This dog. So let me tell you a funny story about this dog real quick, and then we're going to talk about the deer meat that he gave the dog and wanted me to go play with him.
Don't ever give the dog,
raw deer meat.
Well, semi-raw.
Yeah. Go and send your 14-year-old son out there to go play with the dog. Go take it away from him. It'll be fine.
It's a good setup.
So.
Oh God, that dog went nuts.
So my dad goes out of town. I'm 14 or 15 years old maybe. Okay. And he goes out of town, and a friend of ours was staying with us who was an adult. He was, 20 something years old, and he kind of watched the house for my dad while he was gone, because I was too young to really be there by myself.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And had to go to school, et cetera, the whole 9 yards. So one of us had the great idea that we were going to take this 120-pound giant schnauzer that had the personality of a schizophrenic.
Yeah,
and thought it was a good idea to put this dog in the back seat of a hatchback Ford Escort.
Oh, man.
No, it was in the back of a Jeep, wasn't it?
No, this was his Ford Escort.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah.
And
I told you not to do it. Don't put him in any tight spots. Well, I'm going to tell the whole story.
Chester's ready to come undone.
Don't put Chester in anything tight.
I'm in the house, and the guy that is with us is trying to get the dog out of the car and can't.
Who was that?
JC.
Oh, JC, yeah. Well, he's nuts.
So,
JC or Chester?
both.
Okay.
So, long story short,
that's not a hard question there.
we can't get him out of the car. I'm putting food and putting his bowl of food out by, got the door, the hatchback, everything open, can't get him out. He finally came out on his own, but he wouldn't come out of the car. Like, he's growling and wanting to bite me. I'm like, dude, I'm your buddy. What are you doing?
I took him to a groomer's one time that was down the street from where it was, used to groom him. And I told the lady right up front. I said, don't put him in one of those cages. You know, a lot of times they put dogs in those
A little
cages.
crate, yeah.
Crate to, wait until it's come pick him up. I said, do not put him in one of those. I said, I'm telling you up front now, don't do it. Oh, no problem, Mr. Eblen. We'll take care of it for you. Anyway, so they did the whole thing, and then they called me about an hour later. Come get that dog before you kill somebody.
You put him in a crate, didn't you?
And I had to go in there. A dog's in a fevered pitch. He's pissed. And I go in there, and I say, Chester, chill, baby. You know? And so he finally recognizes me, but he ain't real happy about the situation. So I walked up to him.
You're the SOB that dropped me off here. I don't know what you thinking he's going to do.
He said, you ever drop me off again, I'm going to bite your ass.
That's right.
So anyway, I went up and finally got him out. But he ran everybody out of the place. They had to shut the door behind him, and he cleaned out the whole place. They were standing out in the hall. That's the funniest thing I ever saw in my life. What the hell's going on? That damn dog of yours, don't bring him back. I said, you put him in a crate, didn't you? Well, maybe.
Maybe. Strong on the maybe.
That's what happened.
So,
Derry, you got a Friday feel good for us?
I do. And I've been working through some Friday feel goods that I've kind of had loaded, and I wrote a couple down. But y'all's story about being around the campfire, being able to share that with him and your father, and just those memories. Delight in the little things. Morning walks, handwritten notes, fresh flowers, dessert before dinner, talks around the fire. We often stress about the big things, and we let them drown out the beautiful parts of life that are the small moments. So
good words.
Y'all know what to do. Find somebody you know. Tell them you love them.
Good words, man.
Yeah.
Give me some of that.
Yeah.
I liked every bit of that.
Pappy, thank you for coming to hang out with us for a little while.
Pleasure's been all mine, boys. I've enjoyed it.
We
Chat
appreciate
a
it.
little bit.
I don't know why anybody want to listen to me, but
Hey.
thank you for having me.
Storytelling's
We're glad you
great
came.
part of life.
It is.
Yes,
He does need his own show. Thoughts with Pappy. Yes, that would be great. Yeah. And then, thoughts. Yeah. Look, guys, you know what to do. If you want to get involved, please feel free to reach out to me. Call me at 615-307-0120. You can email me at charlie@singletreebbq.com. And make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. And until then, we'll see you next time.
Y'all be good.